Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Melina Stuns here. Alright, gonna just talk a bit about fun stuff tonight, alright? Just gonna do vlogs. I've done a lot of singing in the last session. I've done a lot of performing all around. I've got 20,000 videos, which is so impressive. I don't know anyone else who has 20,000 videos, but I'm so pleased with that, obviously. Why wouldn't I be, right? So it's pretty impressive. I'm really glad. Now, the thing about my videos is that they're so good, but I just, I need people to tell people about my channel because I need them to know, right? Because I don't usually tell too many people. I'm gonna find a form of advertising that works and get the word out that way. But I really feel that my channel is so good that I want everyone in the world to know about it. So I do think it's important that I get the word out, but I really feel that it's something that you have to. I do tell people sometimes, but just I've got so many subscribers, it's hard to tell who knows about already. But yes, I really feel that my channel is really grand. Like I love it. What do you guys think? Give me comments below. Tell everyone about me. All right. Of course, it's my responsibility to share with everyone too. But I do want to tell people because I do want people to know. So I really like my channel. But I hate it when I tell someone they've already subscribed. You know what I mean? But I will definitely tell more people. But I'm trying to think of a way to get the word out. So if you guys have any suggestions on advertising and what I can do to advertise, let me know. All right. I want to know. I want to know. What works for you guys? Now, I was told about Zeus already, so I'm really grateful about that. I was told about Google. I was told about some other forms. But if you could just tell me an advertising form that worked for you, maybe you know of one that worked for you, and let me know. All right, totally let me know. Okay, it is something that I want to get the word out immediately. All right, so the better the advertising method is. Let me know. I want it to be really good, right? Because I want it to be something that everyone in the world is going to find out about me right away. All right. Now I have applied to be on TV as well. Now the thing that I mentioned when I applied to be on TV was, one second, guys. The thing that I mentioned when I wanted to be on TV was just that I wanted my channel to be advertised. All right. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to going on TV. It's just, well, it's not like I'm opposed to being on TV. I mean, but it's just that I'd rather just get my word out on YouTube, have the channel be out there instead of me being on TV. Because I don't think I'm made for TV. I know I am on YouTube, and it is TV, but I'm pretty sure like with TV, it's so structured, and you have to do takes like 20 times over as long as you're not into the scene. Sometimes you're like, you're just like, how am I gonna do this all day long? It's hard work to be an actor and actress, right? Like, we all look at the glitz and glam and all that, but it's hard work to actually do what they do, right? Like, they're doing a lot of things behind the scenes that we don't see, and there's a lot of things that we have a hard time with that in our day-to-day lives. Like, I mean, like working a 10-hour day maybe is hard for a lot of people, right? But they do this all the time. They have interviews all the time. They have to be at their best. They have to be able to be instructed to film at certain angles at all times. They're basically their lives are pretty much on hold until they get their performing done. They have to do these things like on point, and they have to do them all day, every day, and they have to be ready to be filmed at different angles and stuff like that all the time, right? Like for me, I'm lucky because YouTube is nice. I do a lot of work and I'm on it all the time, but it's kind of nice to be able to say, okay, well, I don't feel like being at this angle, or I don't want to be constructed this way, or I don't want to be like stuck, you know, I don't want to be stuck, hours doing hours of filming and then taking pictures of people that maybe I don't necessarily like. Some people I might, but you know what I mean? Like it's just a lot of work. It really is a ton of work that they put in. So you're just like, well, and remember, like the filming, you have to be filmed exactly the way they want you to, and you have to be doing that all day long for like the whole year the movie's being shot, right? So if they don't feel like being in a movie, they're probably not going to do very well, and there's going to be several takes, and that'll make them not feel like being in a movie even more. So it is a lot of work, right? Now, if I was as Melina, if I was an actress, I'd probably really do kind of like something that would, be more like improv, obviously. which then yes, I could do acting, of course, but but it's really kind of like the structured movie is just so difficult, But I for sure would definitely consider certain things, I'm not going to say no to anything, but sometimes you're just like, it's nice to have the freedom where you could just do a YouTube video and be done with it. And then once you're done with your set, you can relax. So the thing is, I do a lot more sets than most people. So even on my YouTube schedule, I'm doing a lot more than other people would. So my YouTube schedule is pretty hectic too, and I do a lot of like different videos and different things, and so it's kind of crazy, but it's really kind of like it's really a lot easier to me anyway. Some people might find it way more difficult, but I think if you're on TV and you have a YouTube channel, you're probably thinking this is so much better. Like I save so much more time. My views are getting up there. Um, because I'm a celebrity, I'm not a celebrity, but that's what the celebrities think to themselves. Because I'm a celebrity, I automatically get a ton of views. And so I can make a living doing this and not really worry about, having a movie made that year. I don't have to film that year because I'm totally into this YouTube thing and I've got a lot of subscribers, all that, right? Like some celebrities are not filming videos or filming in movies anymore because they've got a YouTube channel that does well, so they don't need to. But for the most part, I think most celebrities that have done films or that want to be in films or have tried films or whatever are going to do more films because it does pay quite a bit. It's quite impressive. But if you can make 20 million a year on a YouTube channel, as opposed to being in a strict movie setting where you have to follow the guidelines and not the guidelines, but you have to you have to know your lines all the time. You have to be structured in a way where if you're not angled the right way at one point, your boss, the producer is going to be upset. Like it is something that it's so much easier, right? Now for me, I do feel I'm a strong YouTuber, and the thing is, I do so much on YouTube that maybe movies would probably be easier because I do a lot on YouTube, right? Like everyone knows me as someone that works to the grind. I challenge myself. I'm kind of like willing to do more things than other people would, and I change outfits so much and hair so much and all that. Like I'm obviously willing to do a movie. Obviously, some movies you just do one outfit and you don't do any changes that day, and you just do whatever, and you're just like whatever. But for the most part, I'm obviously someone that's willing to do more on YouTube than a lot of other people. My look is so polished. Plus, I do so many looks. Like Melina's hair alone changes at least 10, 15 times a night. And then I do like 50, 40, 30, 20, 100 videos a night. So it's a lot of work, right? It's not like I'm doing nothing, but it's just the fact that you get to choose how you want to do your stuff, right? Like, and not having a producer saying, oh, you know what, you didn't film this the right way, we gotta do another take, or trying 20 takes at every scene. Like, I have been an actor before as an extra, and you have to do 20 takes of the same scene. And so I was like, oh my goodness, like, this is so boring. But of course, when we see actors, we think glam, glitz, all that, which it's true, it is glam and glitz, but sometimes you're like, this is so boring. Like, how can you be doing that many scene takes and you do that many takes over and over again? You're just like, holy, like that's a lot of work. And then some of the scenes are not interesting, so you're like, well, you have to really be motivated to be an actor or actress, or to be in film if you want to do film. Like you have to really be into it because if you're not gonna be able to do it because it's something that's really, and you have to know storylines. You have to be able to memorize lines very easily. Like it's almost like you would have to really, you would have to really be focused on it because you'd have no other choice. If you weren't focused on it or you didn't like it enough, then you'd be out up shit up. Okay, I was gonna say up SHIT's creek, but you'd be up. You wouldn't be doing very well, right? Like it's just not gonna work, right? But I digress, right? Like I think YouTube is hard too, but there's a difference between YouTube and a difference between YouTube and movie making, And even with filming music videos, right? Like, I know it's a 6 day shoot and all, but if you're doing a 6 day shoot and you have to be a certain way every time you do the shoot, and if they don't allow you to do, if you do something wrong or whatever, it's really strict, right? Like, super strict. So and those people have fun and they enjoy it, but I mean, for the most part, you're just so it's so pressurized. But I mean, I will do music videos for sure. I'm thinking I'll do like crazy music videos, like maybe have my own studio outside and do all kinds of stuff. But I just think, like, I mean, for me to be in like a Madonna video, for instance, right? Like, Madonna is so strict, I'm sure that you'd have to be really on the ball, right? And Melina's obviously on the ball to do her own videos, but to do like where you have to be in a certain pose and walking a certain, like, memorizing and doing, and the thing is, I have done rehearsals, right? Like, I have done rehearsals for things, and I have performed. So I have been a professional dancer, not a professional one, but just a dancer. I've done like Hispanic dance, and I had to memorize moves and stuff like that. But the rehearsals took forever. But I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that again. I mean, but it's just not something I'm passionate about. But I mean, if I had to be in a music video, I could, because I could do the rehearsal and try to be in the music video. But it's crazy how rigid that actually is. It's like it's very strict, and you're like, and when they have those videos on YouTube where they say, certain rules, strict rules that the royal family follows, those kind of things. Like, they are really strict rules. Like, even for me on YouTube, there's strict rules because I'm dieting and exercise. Like, you should see how much I diet and exercise. It's crazy, and I don't even think I do it enough. Well, of course I look amazing, but I think I could do better, right? And it's not like I'm not doing badly at all. I'm looking very, very good, but there's some people that do such a phenomenal job. You're like, holy. But I diet and exercise like crazy for this, right? But it's healthy. I don't do anything bad. But I mean, like, I'm always eating healthy food, and I'm always trying to do a proper job of diet and exercise that's like healthy. I always do. Like, I never would do something unhealthy, right? So it's like wow, like, it's a lot of work. So yes, I know strict rules, but their rules are even stricter because, like, they have to be present, and they can't have a moment where they're tired or upset because they have to film everything. So like, even when the royal family has a wedding, if Princess Diana was crying in the middle of the wedding or doing something she wasn't allowed to do, like, she has to be very poised and elegant the whole time. She can't be like upset or anything like that. They're filming it, right? So they have to film the whole thing. So she's got to do what she's got to do. Now, Princess Diana passed away, and we loved her, obviously, but yes, but in her wedding, and even Kate Middleton, let's say, right? Or like Meghan Markle, right? Like, they had to be a certain way for the filming. They had to film it a certain way. They couldn't film it. They had to be present. They had to be like, they couldn't make mistakes. You can't do things that people would normally do, like things that are bad habits at all. Not that people would, but I mean, you have to really be someone that can do things without worrying about doing anything wrong, all the time. So, and I mean, for me, I'm on camera quite a bit, and I'm doing a lot of things, and I'm able to do that. I mean, it's not impossible, but I mean, you just wanted to say, like, sometimes you're like, holy, like, it takes a lot of work. But, I'm sure there are actors and actresses that I do a lot more work than, because I do way more videos than a lot of them would. So I probably work harder than a lot of them, and I probably am being overly harsh on the fact that it's hard. But I mean, just saying, right? But I mean, like, I'm sure I could do some kind of video. Like, if I did this look for 20 minutes a scene, like, if I did 6 days with this look on, and did a video with one of the stars, you know, and was filmed for 6 days, and just did that. I mean, how hard would that be, right? Like, I do videos for like 13 hours straight at one point. So I mean, how hard would that be, really? And you're not going to be the whole time in the video. You're not going to be filmed the whole time. So you don't have all of your scenes are not going to be with just you. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just really a lot of work. But I'm sure I could do a music video. That's something I could do. But like, and that's something I'm passionate about, right? Like, music videos, I'm really passionate about. So of course I could do that. But like, if you're talking like movies, for a full year doing that whole schedule, like, I just could not imagine it. Even though I do a lot of schedule like this here, I'm basically doing that kind of thing on here, but it's just so much more lines to remember and all that, and you just have to be really on the ball and all that. Like it's just crazy, you know. You have to be really kind of, you really have to be ready to, you have to really enjoy that kind of career. Like that's why I enjoy being a YouTuber because I really do enjoy it. So maybe I could be an actor, but I mean, or an actress or whatever, as Melina, but you know, I do really enjoy YouTube, so maybe that could transform into that. But I think for a movie, I'd want to do something that's a really, really. I kind of like the whole bold, you know, quick entrance kind of thing, right? Like the quick one where I'm doing something very quick, and I make a really bold kind of statement with it, you know. Those are the kind of commercials and those are the kinds of things that I would do, or maybe acting I would do, right? Something where you're making a good impression and you're doing a very quick job of it, like maybe a cologne ad for Marco or a perfume ad for Melina, right? Something like that. I mean, that would be cool, right? Like really cool. All right. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. My pleasure to give you guys a grand show. Thank you for watching. All right. Bye now. Click the subscribe.